Is government too big to fail, or just too big? I'm Rich Hand, and I approve this message. The federal government bailouts that were supposed to save the economy were sold to us with this notion that the financial institutions were too big to fail, the car companies were too big to fail, and the housing market was too big to fail. Were all of these things too big to fail, or just too big? The federal government has about 3 million employees according to statistics from 2005, and it continues to grow. I have managed in a business where we went from a dozen employees to 40, and at 40 it was getting wieldy to manage effectively. There are theories that any business over 50 starts to lose the connection to the mission of the company, but I will leave you to judge the right number. But 3 million? The Constitution defines 18 responsibilities for the federal government to perform. Just 18. How did we get to 3 million employees, excluding military, to manage the limited scope of federal government in our Constitution? Could you manage 3 million people? Can anyone manage 3 million people? Do we need 3 million federal employees? GM, JP Morgan, Saks all grew to be gargantuan companies with many lines of businesses and products. They grew through acquisition after acquisition until, according to the government, they became too big to fail. But they did fail. They failed to run efficiently and took risks that jeopardized the businesses they were running and ended up looking to you, the taxpayer, to bail them out, because if we didn't, the world would end as we know it. But maybe in hindsight, that would have been a better option. No one or no company or no government is too big to fail. They become big, and history shows us that when these entities get too big, they fail. Failure is a natural process for business, but can we let our government fail? No, but we don't save it by growing it further. We save it by reducing it to its intended purpose. As governor, I will encourage all governors across the country to implement my strategy of reducing the federal government by reaffirming the 10th Amendment and asking the citizens of Colorado to amend our Constitution to reduce what the federal government can tax individuals and corporations in Colorado to a maximum of 18% of their income. We will phase it in so the federal government can implement an orderly reduction of expense based on constitutional requirements and priorities. But I need your help. Please join me in making Colorado the new frontier of free markets and freedom.